All right. Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursday stream. We're going to be today trying out the campaign mode, which is the first time we've shown that in one of our videos. It's probably the part of the game that is least well developed, in keeping with being an early access game. There's a plus and minus to that. The minus is that, of course, it's not quite as fully developed as the single player skirmishes and the multiplayer online game. But the positive is that it's the part of the game that we're still we're open to suggestions for everything, but we're most open to suggestions for things about the campaign. There's still a lot of things that we want to change about the campaign before we ship the final game. So at any rate, this is sort of a snapshot of how it works right now. I also wanted to play through it some just so that it's not particularly well documented, so by creating this video, hopefully that'll sort of help people understand how the campaign game works. So I get to the campaign, single player, start new campaign. So the first thing you got to do is decide which CEO you want to be. I'm going to first set the difficulty level up to manager, maybe actually executive. And so each one of these 4 CEOs is attached to a different headquarter type. This one's scientific, this one's scavenger, robotic, and expansive. And we're eventually going to actually have more than 4 CEOs. We might have 8 or 10 or 12, so you have a couple for each, a few for each of the different headquarter types, but they'll each have sort of their own set of perks and bonuses. I think to keep things simple, I'm just going to start with the expansive. And let's see here. So I press start. And so now I am I'm looking to the map of Mars, and first off, you notice here on the left there is this thing called the labor pool. So one of the things that makes the campaign game very, very different is you don't actually have access to all of the buildings right off the bat like you do in the regular game. Instead, you have to actually hire someone from the labor pool so that you can actually create that building. And then what that means is each CEO starts with a different selection of basically engineers or workers from the beginning, and it's a different set. So for example, this one here, which is sort of the expansive CEO, she has access to a couple solar panel engineers, so she can build the solar panel, access to your basic life support, your water pump, your farm, your electrolysis reactor, access to the steel mill, metal mine, quarry, glass, so kind of the basics, but does not have access to the chemicals lab, or to the 2 condensers, or to the wind turbine, or to the electronics factory, or to any of the advanced buildings, including the Offworld market, the pleasure dome, all of them. I'm not going to be able to build any of those unless I hire someone from the labor pool to enable me to do that. Plus, if you get multiple engineers from the labor pool, your buildings become more powerful. So you see, I actually have 2 solar panel engineers. So that means that my solar panels work better than anyone else at a base level. But I should say that in the campaign mode, actually, the buildings in the campaign mode are actually 30% less effective than the buildings in the regular game. So basically, you have to actually hire 2 engineers before your buildings sort of are at the level of the regular game. So there's really kind of a big hole to climb out of at the very beginning of the game. But your opponents are all dealing with the same hole to dig out of as well. They all have different set of engineers. So here is the Alpha Espionage Corp. If I mouse over them, it'll show me what workers they have, and you see they have access to all of the life support buildings, the wind turbine, but not the solar plant, and actually they also have access to the espionage, the hacker array right off the bat. The Research Corp, they have access to the industrial lab. The sabotage, well, they also have their own set of sort of special perks, which are these little squares here. Like they have pirates and mutinies. So the Sabotage Corps actually start the game with a mutiny and a pirate. The Espionage Corps starts with an EMP and underground nuke. The Resource Corp, they start the game with with chemical shipments. So they get, every time they upgrade their headquarters, they get 2 shipments of 40 chemicals. Some other ones here are the Entertainment Corp. They start with a free wind turbine. Okay, we got 2 Entertainment Corps. The Stock Corp, they get free goon squads. And you see also they all have their own different selection of buildings that are and are not available to them. So you start the game with the campaign with $60, and you get $20 per turn. That'll go up if you each time you win the mission, you sort of claim a territory on Mars, which means you'll get more money each round. I think there's probably about 8 rounds from beginning to end, and you can get eliminated before you get to the end. So right now I got $60 to spend, so I can buy some new workers. So there's 2 solar panels available, and I'm already doing pretty well with solar panel. I can either double down on that and maybe go up to level 3, which gives me an even better solar panel than you have in the regular game. Or I could get a glass furnace, or a better farm, or I could get geotherm. I think with this, I think I'm going to get a glass furnace, because that's probably my best way to make money at this point. And then I'm going to get another solar panel engineer, which is basically trying to get sort of a special building. So that's how I'm going to spend my money. I should also probably spend some time to look at which of the missions are available. If you use the left and right buttons, it'll kind of scroll through the sort of 4 maps that are available for this first round, and I'm basically going to choose them. And basically, you see there's 8 players here on the right. So basically, each map is going to get 2 players on it. Since I'm at the top of the list, I get to pick first. When you look at the info for the territory, you find out how much in the income, which is how much money you'll get each turn if you win on that map. The perk, which is a permanent perk you get if you win that map, and then it tells you some other information about that specific location. So this is a medium map size. It's got riverbeds. There's low resources, and the special rules are there's no auction on this map. So right now, early on in the game, I kind of want to look for the one that's going to give me the most income. And so this is plus 25. They're both plus 25. The perk here is a steel shipment. The perk there is underground nuke. I think the steel, but this one here gives me a free metal mine. I kind of like that. It's nice to be able to start the game. Basically you found your colony. It's going to give you a free metal mine in like kind of the nearest aluminum or iron spot next to you. So it's also a bit. It's basically a free claim. It's just you don't get to choose where it goes, and then you get a metal mine on top of that. So I'm going to try that. This scenario also has no black market. That's interesting. And high resources, it's on a basin. Anything else I should pay attention to? This one has no off-world market. Well, that's not going to make much of a difference at this point. So early on in the game, I haven't quite made up my mind whether it's better to be on a spot that has rare resources or high resources. I think I'll go with this one. All right, so I'm going to start the mission. Alright, so now the game starts like the normal one, but let me pause it for 1 second. So you can actually, over here, you see this is different from the regular game. It's actually showing you all the perks that each of the different players have. So me here, you see that I got the perk that unlocks the expansives. You can actually get another perk by winning missions where you unlock robotic, and so eventually I might actually be able to choose between whether I want to be expansive or robotic or something else. I also get an extra claim. That's a special bonus for my CEO. That's that's on top of the extra claims I get as expansive. So I'm gonna have a lot of claims. I got 3 solar panel engineers, so my solar panels will be really strong. I got 2 glass furnace engineers. So now I'm gonna take a look at my opponent. My opponent is also gonna be expansive. It gets a free wind turbine, so there's going to be some power production immediately, and it has actually kind of super wind turbines. It's got a pretty good water pump. Looks like it's got the basic life support. Has metal mine and steel. Actually, it's pretty similar to me, although that looks like this guy is missing a glass furnace. They can make an electronics factory and a pleasure dome. So that could be a problem. They could get a lot of money from the pleasure dome if they get that up. But since I'm the only person with a glass furnace, I'm probably going to want to basically make a lot of glass and sit on it for a while to make it hard for Sigma to upgrade their colony, and then eventually maybe win the game based off of glass. So now I'm going to unpause and we're going to start the game.
High levels of iron found. High levels of water found. Ooh, a geothermal vent. That will be useful. Medium.
Alright, so
low levels of silicon found.
It's expansive. Generally the two resources you want to look for are, water and iron, and then aluminum is a nice bonus on top of that. Of course, I've got that glass furnace thing, so I also kind of maybe want to see if I can get some silicon somewhere. I'm not in a huge rush because there's lots of resources on this map, and if if you're one of the latter half founders in a game, you get an extra claim. So I'd be happy if the AI wants to found before me. Okay, well now the AI did found, so now there's plenty of good spots. Oh, sheesh, what is all that? So it's funny, there's not a lot of silicon. That's the only silicon I've found so far, but there's so much resources on this map that it's gotta be. Alright, okay, so there are some more. Is this a whole bunch of silicon here? Yep. Alright, so I feel like I almost want to grab that silicon. Alright, well I got some high. Another thing, there's so many resources on this map, I kinda want to found right on top of a whole clump of them. So I think I'm gonna found right here. Alright, I got a whole bunch of claims, so let me grab this high silicon right away. I'm gonna get this water. There's a high iron over here. I could maybe go for this one because there's a medium next to it, but I think I'll be alright. Just with the shorter path. Alright, let me get a steel mill up. That leaves me with one more. Alright, that leaves me with one more claim. So what do I want to do? Maybe I want to build power. Plot auction. Alright, so this would give me some carbon or some iron.
2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10,000. So.
Hold on one second. Alright. Alright, let me put a carbon, put a quarry there. Sorry for the delay there. Alright, leaves me with one more claim. So I was thinking solar panels. Alright, must have got a shipment of silicon. So let me put the solar panels up here on the highest terrain. Yeah, you see there's just resources all over on this map. So primary resources are not going to be a problem. In fact, I probably shouldn't really even bother. I perhaps could have even cheated on not. Oh, I forgot to get aluminum. Well, see, that's fine because there's so many resources on this map. Are they making aluminum? Yeah. In fact, I bet there's an aluminum metal. I bet there's an aluminum iron on this map somewhere. Well, I don't see one. All right. Let me see what I want to do here. Okay, so basically the next step is I want to upgrade. And the main thing is, I guess I somehow forgot to build aluminum. So I got to figure out a way to buy it, and it's actually kind of expensive right now. So maybe I can sell my silicon, buy some aluminum, sell my iron. I mean, I definitely have some excess resources, but I can't really sell steel. Yeah, I'm really having to bumble along here. You know, sometimes this is something I see a lot of players do early, where they just grab all the primary resources. Like, I want some silicon, I want some carbon, I want some metal, I want some iron, I want some water. And the problem is these resources are not going to be producing much money for you. And it was a real mistake for me to try to claim those early. Although I guess the plot auction just sort of happened. But I really didn't, like, let's say I didn't get this high water here, fine, I would have just taken that high water, or, you know, there's probably, or this high water. There's so much highs on the map, like, I shouldn't have bothered with them. I should have gone for, you know, well, definitely get aluminum, because I know I need that to upgrade, and, you know, not worry about silicon, for example, or probably water. I caught a lucky break there. There was an iron shortage. Okay, so the engineers I mentioned earlier, you can actually they come up for auction during the game. So if I win this auction, I get a better my electrolysis reactor will actually be better in this game and permanently for the rest of the campaign. So I really would like this one, but the AI is really making me pay for it. Wait, I'm actually kind of in trouble here. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. The iron is still going up. Alright, I should be able to upgrade now. What do I want to do with it? Well, I know I want some oxygen. I know I want to invest in glass. First off, let's just start with the basics. Let me get another steel mill up. Alright, I've got all this water. Let me turn that into something useful. So the problem is I want to build a okay, I can't afford the glass furnace because I have to buy the steel. I'm kind of, oftentimes you upgrade and you spend all your steel to do it, but then it's like, well, what's the purpose of upgrading? Because if you don't have any steel, you can't actually build anything right away. Alright, so right now I don't have actually enough, I don't actually have enough iron to supply my, my steel mill, and so there's a lot of resources, but again, we have these, on the campaign game, you start with these buildings that only work at 70% efficiency. So you're actually are going to need multiple metal mines to supply your steel mills. Oh geez, so I had 3 claims. I spent one on a steel mill. Well, I spent one on a steel mill, one on a glass furnace, one on a metal mine. I better find myself some aluminum. And I never actually built a hydrolysis reactor. That's a big problem. Oh, and there must be no black market on this level. I think I forgot that. So I can't bribe a claim. So I'm kind of in big trouble here. Well, okay, water is doing okay. If my silicon was close here, I'd probably actually delete it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to delete that. This is kind of bizarre, but I'm going to delete that and build a hydrolysis reactor in its place. Because right now silicon is just not a problem at all, right? Oof, steel shortage. Okay, well I definitely want to make sure I got... Okay, what is this? A high... Man, I already added a second iron, so I don't really need this. I'm kind of just trying to bid up the AI. Okay, I'll let the AI take it. I'll let the AI take it at that price. Steel is doing great. So you see it's now shipping water from my headquarters to that hydrolysis reactor. This is kind of unorthodox, but I really feel like I'm going to need the oxygen for the glass blower, and beyond that, fuel is expensive, and I've got a lot of blimps going around. All right, to upgrade, I need glass, I need aluminum, so I'm producing everything I need to upgrade. And I've got a limited, since there's no black market, I just have to beat the AI straight up in terms of production, and I can tell I'm already falling behind it. So this could actually be a rough game. I'm not going to be able to use sabotage to kind of get back into it. I think I'm going to ship some of this stuff early, just so I can make sure I can. I'm going to turn my glass furnace on this auto supply, which means it'll just sort of automatically buy the silicon. This could be a very short game. Oh dear. Alright, I just sold everything I had to buy out my stock to at least slow down the AI. But you know, by selling everything I had, I also kind of cut my throat. The campaign games can be over or quickly because you see you actually only start with 5 shares of stock. Each round you get 1 more share of stock. So in the next level I play, we'll both have 6 shares, and that's so that the games go a little bit quicker. But there's also the problem of, like, if you don't have the off-world market, if you have 10 shares of stock, it can make it really long to be able to buy that person out if you don't have the hammer at the end of the game that the off-world market is. Wow. Well, maybe I can just get there. Maybe I can get where I need to be based just off of the prices of the glass. Maybe I don't even need to upgrade. Oh, fuel is looking really good. Yeah, boy, how much better would I be doing right now if I just kept my claims closer to my colony? Like if I could have instead 2 electrolysis reactors right next to each other, and not have this glass furnace or this reactor out here. If I get 2 of them next to each other with the bonus, I'd be making a ton of fuel. Alright, so that patent's not used to me right here. And I guess the AI is smart enough to know it's not worth anything for them either. Actually, I should turn off my steel mills for the moment, because it's turning one iron into 2 steel, and actually the iron is worth more. You know, it's worth more, relatively speaking, than the steel. All right, so I'm just 1 stock away from being able to get the AI. I guess I could sell my share of stock. I have to wait till this clicks down until I'm able to buy out the AI. Alright. I got that was actually looking kind of dicey. Cool. So here's our stock prices. So you know, we just made a lot of money, right, the old-fashioned way, just on the planet, just selling steel, selling iron. I think there were some iron and steel shortages or something, because those prices got really high that game. All right, so that jumps out to the main map. So now you see, if I scroll around the map, you know, obviously we have a lot of work to do on the AI, but you see that some of these territories here have colors on them. And if I mouse over this one here, see it parentheses says U, so this shows you that, you know, I guess I'm blue. That you know, I own that territory, so that means I get 20 income, and I got that perk, the free metal mine, which should show up here. That's that green box right here, free metal mine. So when I found on the next level, I'll get a metal mine right next to my colony, and I have an extra income. So I got 40 bucks to spend. Do I want to unlock the chemical lab, or do I want to upgrade my glass furnace? Well, since I don't have either an industrial lab or a patent lab, or engineering lab, excuse me, or a patent lab, I don't really need chemicals necessarily, so I think I'm going to just upgrade my glass furnace, try to get some sort of super glass furnace. Because if you don't get those upgraded secondary buildings, like oftentimes, like the amount of glass coming out the other end is not worth the silicon and oxygen that you're going to invest into it. Over here on the right, you see also you get score. So if you win a level, you get points equal to the number of players you face times 5. Why 5? The number of players on that level times 5. Why 5? Because 5 is the maximum colony level. Everyone else on that level who lost, they get points equal to their maximum colony, not colony, their maximum headquarter level. So I lost to, was it Sigma here, I think? So Sigma must have gotten their colony to level 4, so that's why they get 4 points. And Delta, who lost to one of these other AIs here, must have only got their colony up to level 2 before they lost. And so what happens here is the game begins with sort of 2, I guess you call round robin phase rounds, where round robin round. Okay, I'm not sure that's the best way to put it. Where you're faced off against one other player, and you get to choose which level you want to start in order of score. So whoever's the highest score gets to pick first. So I'm going to choose, Alpha's going to choose, Gamma's going to choose, Epsilon's going to choose, and so it's going to, since there's 4 levels since there's 4 levels, there's going to be 2 on each. And we're going to do that twice. We did that once, we're going to do it again. And then the next round, the 3rd round, you start the elimination round. And what that means is at the end of the elimination round, whoever is the lowest score gets eliminated from the game. And so you do that the 3rd time, then the 4th time, then the 5th time, then the 6th time. And after the 6th time, there'll be 4 people eliminated from the game. So at that point, there's only 4 people left. And then that's when you start kind of what you would, like almost like a Final Four bracket, where the number 1 player plays the number 4 player, the number 2 player plays the number 3 player, and then the winner of those 2 matches play each other for the final match to determine who wins the campaign. So at any rate, so we're still in the early round where I'm going to be facing off one other player. And I've got my free metal mine, I've got a good glass furnace, got a good solar panel. Oh, and one nice thing is right now there's a solar flare random event. So that means the solar panels in general are going to be working better than they would normally. And so are farms, and so are the condensers. So this one gives an extra perk at 18 bucks. This one gives another free metal mine. Well, that's kind of overkill for me, probably. This one gives a free electronics factory. That's interesting. Fuel shipment. Okay, I like the idea of the free electronics factory since I don't even have that unlocked. So I'll play here. So the special rules, resource level is low. I have to be careful about that. And there's no engineering lab, so that's no big deal. All right, level is started. And let's see what's going to happen here.
Medium levels of aluminum found. Low levels of carbon found.
Ooh, that's nice. We get the
levels of silicon found.
Boy, that would be nice if you're scientific. But anyway, here I got high iron and low aluminum. It's almost worth founding early just to make sure that I get that tile, because I would hate to see the AI take it. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Where do I want to found? I don't want to be too, but there's no water. I haven't seen any water yet.
A geothermal vent. That will be useful.
Well, I'm just going to have to go for it, I think.
High levels of water founded.
Where did they found? Oh, thank goodness they went somewhere else. Oh, they got the water. Alright, I'm going to have to go for it. I'm going to put my guy right here. Oh, they grabbed it? Why did they? Oh, it's my free metal mine. Do I want both? I guess I do. I mean, that'll give me a ton of iron and aluminum. Probably not the type of thing you would do if you weren't expansive, because you get all those claims. Okay, obviously they've taken the high water. Is that the only water on the map? That's good. Maybe I should wait a little to see. Okay, well, I definitely want steel mill, so let me get the steel mill going. Oh, there's a high water there. All right, let me grab that high water. Definitely, since there's so little water on the map, I want to be sure to get myself. Actually, this one's closer. It looks like, because it's just directly west of me. All right. So I got my iron, I got my aluminum, I got a steel mill, I got 2 extra claims. Is anything in shortage? There's a reasonable amount of aluminum, reasonable. Did I found right on top of all of the carbon? Okay, there's some carbon here. Of course, I can't really do anything with carbon anyway. I can't build a chemicals lab or a. All right. Do they have... Okay, they're shipping iron and aluminum. So if I get the pirates, I'll basically getting 200 units of aluminum or 200 units of iron. Probably will go up to maybe... Tough part is if I don't get it, I know they're going to nail me. Alright, so be it. I better make sure I have enough aluminum and iron as it is. Well, let me get a hydrolysis reactor up, so I know I want that. And what else? Power, probably. Alright, solar power. Oh, great. Right nearby. Don't want to put too close so that, you know, you can get EMP'd. Alright, so where do they put the pirates? Yep, sure enough, they put the pirates right here so they can steal my aluminum and iron. I'm producing so much, I'm actually not worried about it. And half of your blimps are going to make it past the pirates anyway, so it's not terrible. Oh, and I shouldn't forget, there actually is a black market on this map. Get used to the fact that there wasn't one there. I want to at least get that free early claim. Alright, we'll grab the claim. So got one extra claim. Do I want to do something with it? Let me first buy some water. I could maybe grab the silicon so that I'll be able to... Well, you know what? Let me just do another steel mill. So I can get the bonus early off, right off the bat. Alright, so you see I'm losing iron and aluminum to piracy. Buy up some water while it's cheap. What would I like to do? So one other thing I should mention, by the way, in the campaign game, it'll actually show you information about the colony. You can always get information about the colony just by mousing over what's sort of the port module here. But up in the top it says there's population is 3 out of 5. That means I can have the colony right now can support up to 5 sort of citizens, I guess, like you see in a Civ game or something. There's 7 jobs. The jobs come from these office modules. It's going to be either office or leisure or laboratory. That's what provides the jobs. And they basically try to keep themselves in, you know, sort of close proximity. If there are way too many jobs, then there are people, then you won't see new offices or labs, and then the same vice versa. And then if you just sort of look at the colony, oopsie, they just add some more population because they got all those jobs available. Over time, you can kind of see all these little things that pop up. That's resources that are being consumed by the colony, which are being bought from the market, which drives up the price. But what's important is in the campaign game, if you let your colony drop to size 0, all right, well, carbon scrubbing would be... Well, I don't have any buildings that consume carbon, so I don't really want that. Yeah, I should bid it up just for the AI. But you see what happened there? You just saw a whole bunch of resources. That's because the module upgraded, which means it consumes a whole bunch of steel and aluminum and so on. But the main thing is if your colony ever drops to population 0, the scenario ends and both players lose. So you gotta be careful about that, and it'll tell you up here if it'll say like food too expensive, oxygen too expensive. Basically, if life support becomes too expensive, then the colony will die off. All right, so I've been focusing on talking to you guys. So let me get back to upgrading. Get myself a glass furnace. Where should I put it? Maybe founding inside of a crater was not such a great idea. So I got the nice silicon right there. So let me go ahead and do that. Power is very cheap, so I'm not going to worry about that. Maybe I'll go ahead and do some food. I'm going to probably want a second water, just because like one high water, since everything is at minus 30% efficiency in the campaign, that one high water is not going to be able to support both a farm and an electrolysis reactor. Let's see, what's the AI up to? They got a couple wind turbines. They got a steel mill. I don't see anything there that makes sense for me to. Aluminum's doing pretty good. I might just want to mutiny their aluminum. If I spent 4,000, that'll easily pay for itself in terms of all of the aluminum I'm going to steal.
We're not
just
disappointed in you.
So, looks like the AI is a step ahead of me. They read my mind. I just got, they put a goon squad in there and they grabbed my mutiny from me. That is amusing. Let's see here. Okay, so water is starting to creep up. Actually, all the prices are looking pretty good. I could probably use another glass furnace. What's wrong? Oh, I need more claims, of course. Oh, it looks like they've bought some claims too. I'm going to upgrade my colony.
Our domination grows.
Man, I can't believe they caught me, Goon Squad. Iron is very cheap. So. Yeah, right now I don't think they're just not really vulnerable to sabotage right now. I might consider going in again, paying another 6,000, and then, you know, once the Goon Squad is hit, it's gone, so I might be able to steal it again. But aluminum's 44, that's not a ton, and of course, oh, and they, see, look, mine got mutinied. So basically they used, when the Goon Squad, they stole my mutiny, and then they used it against me, which is nice. Alright, patent labs, ooh, this is nice. So if I get this perk, I will now be able to build patent labs. So I'm gonna spend as much as I can to get this.
8,000.
Alright. Cool. So now I can build patent labs. Of course, I can't build chemicals, so even if I do build a patent lab, I'll have that problem, so I maybe don't want to worry about that. So the question is, I probably want to upgrade at least one more time. Is the aluminum worth stealing? What is worth stealing? Well, it's the only thing I really can steal from them that I can use. So let me try this again. If I get hit again, all right, great. So now I got an extra source of aluminum for a while. Really, I don't think that's an awesome move on my part because I really have a pretty solid supply of aluminum, and that price is going to drop. But in the two-player game, you really do want to think about using the black market a lot because it really, you know, like you know, if you're playing an 8-player game, the black market is really not that important because, you know, you're spending your resources to screw with one other player, but there's 6 more, right? But in the two-player game, everything is very zero-sum. You know, if you hurt someone, it's almost the same as helping yourself. So you definitely want to use the black market in a two-player game. And the AI knows that. The AI is willing to spend more money on the black market in a two-player game. So sometimes I've actually seen people online who are playing games against the AI. They're like, okay, let's start the game. Well, I want to make it easy for myself. I'll just, excuse me, I'll just have one AI. I think you're actually making it harder for yourself because that AI is going to be focusing on hurting you with the black market because it knows it's a two-player game, so it's going to try to buy up those sabotages. And of course, you're the only target. In the 4-player game, the AI might be sabotaging each other. Ooh, it's a glass surplus. That's not good for me. Better get the money out while I can. Alright, well, I'm halfway there to buying out the AI. We gotta work on this balance. Maybe I've been able to buy them a little too early here. Not sure. The campaign definitely plays out differently. You know, we do want the games to be, you know, not too long in the campaign, but I do have a sense that maybe things are going a little too fast here. I am worried about games that might not ever end if you get all the way to level 5 and, you know, the stock prices get to be too high and you don't have an off-world market to end it. Perpetual motion. I'm just going to bid them up. Oh, they're not going to take it? Well, I didn't really need that, but that's fine. Alright, I'm going to upgrade just because. So unfortunately, I'm starting to flood the glass. Let me see what's available. So of the stuff I can build, actually, I need to get on, the life support is actually what's starting to take off here. So let me build a farm. There's plenty of water, and water is cheap also, so I need to get a bunch of this stuff up. I got a lot of extra claims. Can I do triangles? So I guess I should probably just go ahead and do triangles. If I do triangles, I'll probably get enough money from that to buy out the AI, I would guess. Need another, a little more money. Three claims, maybe another silicon, so that my glass furnaces are self-sufficient. Maybe another steel mill. You're definitely going to be more specialized in the campaign game than you are in the normal game, because of course some of the buildings are just not available to you. right. So now I'm starting to produce some resources that I can really sell. And I just need to sell enough to buy out the AI before buying me out of the market. Only got 2 left. I get hit by a nuke where, oh, they took out my medium silicon. Well, that's a pretty good move. Ooh, especially since silicon is expensive. All right, well, that's fine. I'll just build another one here. That'll put me up to 100% bonus. Actually, I should turn off my glass furnace because silicon is actually worth more than glass, so that's no good. Oh, that's pretty good. We EMP'd my electrolysis reactor, which was producing a whole bunch of valuable oxygen and fuel. Chemicals is going up. Let me try to ride that wave. And that gives me enough to buy out the AI. Alright, so that gets me past my second level. And now you see some more, let's see. Now there's only 3 levels that are available. So now we're going to get levels with maybe three players on them. And now we're in the elimination round. So after this next round, whoever has the lowest score, whether it's Delta or Sigma, is going to get eliminated. And then the game will continue like that until you get to the final rounds, the bracket stage, and that's it. So now I've got the patent lab. So this is probably what I probably do here is get a chemical engineer, and what else would I probably get? Yeah, probably a metal mine. But at any rate, I'll be signing off for now, and I'll see if I can continue this campaign later with a stream another day. So thanks for watching, everybody.